All right, I've always had this golden rule where, you hear the media and fans that get to attend these practices. I've never been too big on highlight reels and OTAs and training camp because it is just practice. You don't always see that translate into preseason or regular season games. But there is one player in training camp that's been getting a lot of hype, and I've already talked about it. You already know who it is. That's Jalen Royals, the rookie wide receiver who the Chiefs drafted out of Utah State in the 4th round. Man, he's getting a lot of attention in training camp so far, and deservedly so. I mean, earlier on in training camp, it was really just Patrick Mahomes targeting him a lot, to the point where you just noticed Jalen Royals is getting involved quite a lot. I remember the second practice the Chiefs had, when you combine 7-on-7 and 11-on-11, Jalen Royals was targeted 3 times by Mahomes and caught all 3 of them. And since then, it's just kind of been like a rocket ship for Jalen Moore in these practices, where he's just getting a lot of looks from Mahomes. A lot of balls being thrown at his direction. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is utilizing that guy a lot in training camp. Now, again, I have this rule here. Let's not get too... It's okay to be excited about football. I mean, this is the time of the year, late July, early August, where fans get excited because, sometimes summer sports can drag out a little bit. Might not be the most exciting time of the year sports-wise. So when, you see clips online of pads popping, all that stuff in training camp, people get excited about that, and that's okay. But you got to learn to contain that excitement. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm having a difficult time containing my excitement when it comes to Jalen Royals, because this is someone that, if he can carry over the training camp hype he has right now to the preseason and then to the regular season, Kansas City might have gotten themselves a steal in the 4th round. And keep in mind, this is a wide receiver room that has Xavier Worthy coming off a really good rookie season. Rashee Rice, who came off a good rookie season 2 years ago, was off to a great start last year up until his injury. We know we're anticipating a suspension with him, but whenever he's on the field, you're expecting big things from Rashee Rice at this point. Hollywood Brown, he's got an injury history, dealing with an injury right now, though it appears to be minor. But man, when he's on the field, he is a danger to opposing defenses. And add Jalen Royals to this mix, this is going to be a really good crew of wide receivers for the Chiefs. Chiefs had a lot of issues with the wide receivers the last couple of years. Last year was the injuries. 2 years ago, it was the drops. And despite all of that, the Chiefs still found a way to get to the Super Bowl both of those years. And they won the Super Bowl the year they led the league in drops. And now the Chiefs are starting to bring in guys that are more viable options, guys who aren't dropping the ball as much. Like the 2023 wide receiver room is going to turn into a long distant memory real soon. Because I don't know how many wide receivers from that team are still on the team now. I mean, you've got Rice, you got Sky Moore for now. I still feel like his chance of making the 53-man roster is a big uphill battle. But, and again, I just think about the fact that it's training camp, it's practice. We can't get too excited, but there's so much hype around Jalen Royals. And I'm thinking to myself, isn't that what this Chiefs team needs right now, especially at that wide receiver position? Because I think a lot, what happened in 23 with the drops, that's still fresh on a lot of Chiefs fans' minds. And the injuries last year, like, what if the injury bug goes around again? Hopefully not, but you just never know in the sport. Well, I think that's a big reason why they brought back Hollywood Brown and they drafted Jalen Royals. They also brought back Juju Smith-Schuster too. Don't forget about him. I know he's not the receiver he once was, but he's a part of your depth. And for anyone that says that Juju is not a good receiver, Buffalo's defense certainly was not aware of that narrative, because Juju came through with a couple of key catches in that AFC Championship game. And again, he had that big Monday night game against New Orleans when Rice and Hollywood were sidelined at that time. So the wide receiver room is looking really good for Kansas City. And right now they've got a guy in Jalen Royals. Earlier on, he was just getting involved. Now he's out there. He's kind of got a little bit of a highlight reel going for himself. In Sunday's practice, he had this nice battle against chief safety Brian Cook where he caught the pass, but it looked like Cook was trying to take it out of his hands and he was trying to hold it all the way through the play while being pushed out of bounds, and he held on to it. I mean, this is a guy that's starting to, at first he was showing off his speed a little bit, trying to get more involved with the offense, and he's starting to show some toughness out there, which I like. And I'm starting to believe that this might be someone, it's a little early to say, but if he can continue to stay on the path he's at right now, this might be somebody who the Chiefs could utilize a lot, and we might look back and say, this is someone who should have been drafted much sooner than the 4th round. Definitely should have been a day 2, maybe a day 1 draft pick. Jalen Royals, I guarantee you, is the one guy, number 11, that every single Chiefs fan is going to watch in this Saturday's preseason game when the Chiefs visit the Cardinals. And they'll be keeping an eye on him again next Friday when the Chiefs visit the Seahawks. I'm curious to see how he does in those 2 games because Patrick Mahomes is not playing that last preseason game against Chicago at home. He's not. So how much involvement can Royals get with Mahomes in these first 2 preseason games? I think everyone would like to see a couple of catches, 2 or 3 catches, because we don't anticipate the starting offense, specifically Mahomes, to play a whole lot. So if Royals can get a couple of snags from Mahomes here, I think people will feel pretty good about his position going into the regular season.